Hello Virgo, how are you? Welcome to your love reading for April 2017. And if you didn't catch my separate video that I did just kind of describing some things and explaining some things, please be sure to watch that about generals and all that business. So just so you kind of know what I'm doing or trying to do, at least with my channel. Let's go ahead and delve right in. So this is going to be your love reading only. Virgo love reading for April 2017. Oops, okay. I guess we're done. The One Torn Asunder, which is the Hanged Man. I'm using a different deck, okay, because I just felt like I needed something fresh. And this is my Tarot of Delphi deck. And I don't know if it's available anymore, but you might get lucky and find it on Amazon, okay? So, the One Torn Asunder, the High Priestess. Nine of Cups. Judgment. Six of Wands. Five of Cups, okay. You're kind of in this state of suspension. Now, I do have reversals in here, but I didn't pull any out. So you've got all of these right side up cards, which is interesting and good at the same time. The One Torn Asunder is that state of just like lingering and limbo, and I feel like maybe you feel like you've been waiting for love or waiting for something to change for a very long time. And some of you, this could mean, you know, waiting for a friend, because I'm seeing the Six of Cups here, waiting for a friend to become a lover, or waiting for your existing lover to do something or to prove their love to you in some way. And your intuition is speaking to you, the High Priestess, and I love her and her like little incense that she's got going on. And then you have the red, the deep plush, like blood red of her robe and her hood. And it's an indicative of passion, right? True and inner desires, and, you know, being truly in tune with that. You know, she's here in a meditative state. And I think that maybe one of the reasons why this Hanged Man is in the center is because time has had to pass in order for you to see something differently. And I don't know what that is exactly, but with the oh, that's not the Chariot, that's the Six of Wands. Well, okay, never mind, disregard. But I mean, I feel like there is an essence of kind of being on the fence about something, or feeling in the dark about something. You know, I'm sensing a little bit of maybe even pride, or even a little bit of ego. And Virgo, and I'm a Virgo, so I can say this, right? I mean, we do tend to have a more challenging personality at times, right? Like, let's not kid ourselves. We can be a little bit cold and distant, and, you know, we make people work for it. We make people work for the information, for the love, right? And we can be the most loving people, the most giving people, but there's like a hurdle to that. People need to jump through little hoops in order to tap into that, right? And I'm kind of sensing like you're just kind of proudly waiting for that person to do something, to reach out to you, to talk to you, to make you see that they care about you, or that they're interested in you, or something. And I think that there's a lot of fear in you. There's a lot of fear that maybe this person, like, I don't know why, but I feel as though there's a questioning of your intuition, and therefore you're like making them prove it, right? Like, if this is a friend, because I am sensing a six with the Six of Cups, right? A long-term connection of some kind, friendship, or someone from the past, like maybe an ex has come back, or a childhood friend, or a high school sweetheart or something has come out of the woodwork, maybe recently, or maybe over the past few months, or maybe in the upcoming months, okay? Not sure exactly when this is gonna all happen for each of you, but something has resurfaced, let's say that, okay? And it has become present in your life. And you have a very specific feeling about it, but you are questioning and you're trying, I feel like there is an essence of trying to figure it out. And the one torn asunder, even though it equates to the Hanged Man, it is a little bit different because you have kind of this head in the water. And when you think about it, looking, laying in a pool of water, looking up, the world looks quite different than when you're standing up straight and looking at it normally, and sometimes you can disorient you. And I feel like you might be a little bit disoriented or feeling a little disoriented and not truly trusting your blood, right? The blood red of her robes. You're not trusting your gut. You're not trusting that higher level self. And in Virgo, you can be incredibly intuitive. But when it comes to love, there's often a question of whether or not we deserve it. There's often a question of whether or not this person is truly in it because we are so hesitant to give, right? We are so hesitant to be that loving, warm, caring person that we know we are, but we don't give that to just anybody, right? That's a very selective process. And if you are in a long-term relationship, right, and you are married and have been married for 20, 30 years or whatever, even still, if there's an issue on the table and you're kind of floundering and trying to see how it's all going to fit together, it's like you need your partner to meet you halfway. Now, what's interesting is here, I'm not particularly seeing your partner's energy. I'm not getting any queens or kings, which is kind of good, right? Because it just kind of takes the temperature of the energies as they stand today. And I know this is just FYI, I know this is an April reading, but I'm reading in the middle of March, and it is, the what's going on now, okay? I just have to name the video something, so it is an April video, but just so you know. And it will carry on into April most likely. Judgment is kind of interesting as well, coupled with the Ace of Swords. And I love Cleopatra on this card as well. So smart, so in tune, so powerful, so influential. And I think you need to understand and acknowledge your influence in the situation. It's not fair to the other person for you to just sit back and wait for them to do all the work, right? Like, you really need to bring something to the table. And I know you're scared because often this occurs a little bit out of fear. The ego creeps in, the ego gets boosted up, and you're afraid of coming down off of that pedestal and becoming vulnerable. Because as you become vulnerable, there's potential for you to get hurt or for you to have a confrontation. I know you don't like confrontation. You're good at it, but you don't enjoy it. And I feel that all of this is going to straighten itself out. There's going to be some knowledge, right? Some form of clarity that's going to sort of propel you forward in the right direction. And the Six of Wands and the Three of Wands, both on the opposite side of the one torn asunder, it's indicative of victory and forward motion, okay? This is a victory of a battle, and it's about, it's a celebratory message. It's something that is positive, something that you will succeed in doing. Okay? And so if you are waiting for love, and I sense that a lot of you are waiting if you're single, okay? If you're single, you're waiting. If you are in a relationship, you are waiting for something. You're waiting for proof of something. And you will win this, okay? And it's not whether you win or your partner wins or you versus the other person. It's winning together. And, one person winning a battle for a nation wins the battle for the nation, right? It's not you win it for yourself. A soldier doesn't win the battle for himself. He wins it for the greater good. But you really, really need to get on board with meeting this person halfway at, you know, somewhere. You got to give a little bit. Remember your level of influence in the situation and your level of, or your quality of propelling it forward. Like, if you want love, you absolutely can have it with this person. I genuinely feel that you can. And I think your intuition is telling you that you can, but you're just afraid, right? You're disoriented. You're trying to make sense of things. And maybe some of you, and this has been kind of a common theme, and I'm going to push it out again here, is maybe some of you are really confusing your hope with your intuition, and you're kind of going back and forth, and your hope of something good happening, but it's like you're asking yourself, do I intuitively feel like this could really happen, or am I just hoping? Do I intuitively feel that this friend loves me back, or am I just hoping, right? And there's that questioning. Therefore, you're waiting for them to show you something. But you can't sit around and wait, because I don't think this person will meet you there. You have to invite them, right? And I think if you don't, we're getting the 5 of Cups here, there will be regret. And I think that you're not seeing, 1, the beauty of yourself, and 2, the beauty of what you could potentially have. Like, don't discount a connection that you feel with someone just because they haven't given you the right signals, they haven't given you the right signs. Okay? And eventually, if you're seeking clarity of some kind, you will have it, right? And I love this card. I don't know exactly what this like angel is really doing or who these people are, but she's kind of like got a little crystal and spinning it over someone's head, and I don't know, it's some kind of like a divine influence or some kind of divine blessing, right? Kind of like a baptism of some sort. And, you know, feeling and being cleansed, and any confusion being relieved, right? It's kind of like turning on the faucet kind of thing. And the 3 of Wands has been, I do dailies on my Instagram account. Well, I try to do dailies on my Instagram account. And 3 of Wands has been like pumping out, pumping. Like it's a theme for everybody. And it's such a beautiful message of moving forward. But also there's a little bit of element of waiting, right? Waiting for news, waiting for communication, but that it will come. That it's coming. And the news that you need to receive will come, and you will be able to move forward. But you need to have a Cleopatra, Ace of Swords mindset to really push it through and to really make it happen. Whatever it is that you are fighting for, this is not something the universe is going to just, the universe isn't going to push it through. The universe is going to present the opportunity. It's going to present the knowledge that you need, the information that you need to make a decision. But it's up to you to walk through the door. Okay? It's definitely going to be up for you to walk through the door. And I think if you don't, there will be sadness here. The 5 of Cups is a story of regret and longing for things that you cannot have. And I don't want to see you ending up continually feeling, regretful that you didn't take a chance. And if you do take a chance, Virgo, if you do take a chance and it doesn't work out, at least you can say that you know for sure. Otherwise, you're always going to be left questioning. 7 of Coins in the reversal. I'm feeling as though you are re-evaluating the priorities of your life in a more mundane and even commercial, material way. Some of you may be cleansing and cleaning house, spring cleaning. It's time for that. If you haven't done that yet, Virgos, we love to clean stuff, so it's time to do a little bit of a cleanse, a little bit of a, emotional baggage cleanse, getting rid of all of those things and the things that do not serve you any longer. And the Seven of Coins is kind of like an objective analysis of where you're at, right? And maybe that's kind of what's been holding things up, is you've really been questioning maybe this person and saying, does this person really fit what I want? And am I loving them for the right reasons? Do I want this relationship for the right reasons? But be careful, because you do still have that intuitive voice that is speaking to you. And she's very quiet, she's very subtle, she's very still. I mean, if you look, she has her eyes closed and she's concentrating. My camera might need to focus for a second, but she's concentrating so hard on keeping the stillness and keeping the voice connected, you know what I mean? And you need to work hard at remaining connected and staying true to purpose. And don't get caught up in irrelevant details, okay? And the Empress reverse. Devotee of Coins. Yes, I'm sensing blockage. Like you're so afraid to let someone in. You're so afraid. So afraid. Many of you afraid of getting hurt. Many of you, it's almost as though you're trying to talk yourself out of falling in love and trying to find all the reasons why this won't work. Again, making it that much more difficult for this person to present themselves in your life. Why do we do this? And one of the things I love about this deck particularly is there are two Empress cards. There's one like the more traditional Mother Nature, Venus sitting on a throne in her garden. It's a beautiful, beautiful card. And then there's this other Empress who is more of a military figure. I see her more kind of like a Queen of Wands type figure. And she is, Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords. And more of a military counterpart for the Emperor, like a true partner, you know what I mean? And I think in some way you are failing to see your inner power and failing to see your influence here. And from a female polarity, right? Male or female, doesn't matter who you are, what sex you are, but the female polarity and I've been saying this in my private readings, and I feel like it's a good analogy, maybe not, but it's like a game of chess, right? You have the kings, the emperors and the kings, and the king can move one space at a time in any direction, but still just very limited. But the queens can move in all different directions. She really is the prime asset in a game of chess. Now, I'm not a chess player. Some of you may, back argue with me on that, but she's the most valuable player, and she's the one with the most depth. And I think that you're failing in some, and I'm sorry, but you're failing in some way to tap into that depth. She's in the reversal, and you're closing up. So afraid to let someone into your heart, so afraid to let someone into your doors. Why? The Six of Swords. The Sun, Two of Swords, and the Three of Cups. Look, Virgo, I think that you need to just lighten up, like for realsies. Just chill out for once, okay? Whether you know it or not, whether you like it or not, you are on some form of a spiritual journey. And that is something that just time carries us through. It's not necessarily something that you purposely plan on doing. Now, some of you may need to incorporate travel into your plans, okay? Traveling and getting away from some form of messiness in your life. Messiness of maybe past relationships, maybe the past of this relationship. Maybe there's been a little bit of turmoil, some arguments, some even like breakup talk for some of you, or divorce talk for some of you. You know, if you were in that place or have been in that place, it's really time for you to just move on. But you need to stay strong, right? I mean, these are the sirens that try to lure you into the water, and you need to stay strong, because it's so easily to listen to all these voices. It's so easy to listen to other people's opinions, and, you know, people are so sure that they are right about what's best for you, but you need to determine what's best for you. And there is such a fear of isolation and being alone, right? We have the 5 of Cups here. And I think that there's some fear that that if you were to take hold, you know, and you were to grasp this opportunity, because we have the Devotee of Cups, which is like a Page of Cups, I guess. So there are messages coming towards you. There are messengers around you. So whether those are text messages, Facebook messages, phone calls, most likely very minimal conversation, right? Especially if this is like a friend from the past or someone that is truly coming back. And if you are in a relationship, be careful of having conversations that are a little bit surface level or superficial, because it's not really going to solve any of the problems. You guys really need to have a conversation that is real, where feelings are expressed. And there's this fear of isolation and being alone, and, you know, like even putting yourself out there and going so far out on a limb that you're terrified that you're going to look up and find that you're the only one out there, and that this person does not feel the same way about you. But you know what? The fact of the matter is that if you do that and they aren't all the way out there for you, at least you know. Otherwise, you're going to live a life regretting that you never took this opportunity, that you never said the words, you never told this person how you felt or what you wanted from them. Because they're not mind readers, right? No one is a mind reader. But you are ignoring and suppressing your divine ability to lead the Empress and the Ace of Swords. So powerful. And I love Cleopatra, right? I mean, look how beautiful this image is. This painting. Just like commanding energy. And this is an energy that people are going to want to be a part of. And why? 2 of Swords on top of Ace of Swords. You have the truth, you have the power, you have the ability to create victory in your life and victory in this love situation specifically. But yet you feel unwilling to acknowledge that truth. I mean, you have the truth, you have the scrolls right there next to you. On those pages are truths and divine teachings, or whatever it is you want to call it, and you're not looking at them. You're ignoring them, you're avoiding it because you're afraid of getting hurt. And you know what? Some of you Virgos, you may get hurt. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat this for you. You may. But it's going to hurt more denying yourself the possibility of love. And on top of the 6 of Cups, we have the Sun. And I actually love this image for the Sun as well because of the peace. And how bright the robe, the orange, and how she's so still and calm, and that everything is okay, and everything in the world is fine. Everything is fine. Everything is fine with this person, you know? Like, you didn't mess anything up. They didn't mess anything up. No one's messing anything up. It's just a matter of pushing to get progress and pushing to get some form of results. And then we have the 3 of Cups. Lighten up. go with the flow. And I even love like the water here and how it's just like 3 women bathing, right? But like go with the flow. When you think of it, water that remains stagnant, grows bacteria, algae, fungus, life, right? It's like gross gunk in the water. But once you put that water through a filtration system and allow it to flow, it's why every swimming pool in the world has a pump, right? It's why every body of water, there's like some form of outlet, right? Rivers and all that. And you need to just go with the flow. You need to release the dam or release the blockage that's preventing this water from flowing. And that blockage really is just fear. And fear doesn't serve anybody. And if you're really questioning why you love this person, why you want this so much, and like, oh, I'm feeling like I want this person, I'm feeling like I love this person, but are they truly the right person for me? And should I do it? And I'm not really hearing from them. They're not really talking to me. They're not like showing me that they're really that interested. Well, have you showed them that you're interested? And look back onto yourself. That's one thing we're like the best at, is looking back at ourselves and, really evaluating ourselves. We can be a little overcritical, but at least we know how to do it, and we're not completely unaware, self-unaware, or whatever you want to say. And if you have had kind of a rocky start or a rocky phase, or maybe it was a friendship and it was just nothing. Maybe you view it as like nothing. It was nothing, but yet you have these feelings, and why do you feel this way? I don't know. I don't know why I feel this way. I don't know how I can push this into a relationship, all these things. That's the rockiness, right? And that's what you need to move away from and embrace a fresh start. And take these messages, these text messages, these Facebook messages, and start to get more real. Start to incorporate more depth. Put down your armor. Put down your guard. Listen to yourself. Don't question yourself so much. 7 of Coins. There's so much questioning going on. There's no need for it. Don't worry so much. And I feel like this person really has made you feel almost like a sense of desperation. Feeling so desperate, feeling so like... I think some of you have truly convinced yourself that this person does not care about you. And you love them and you care for them and you think about them all the time, and you really want an opportunity to at least try. But then you're not creating the opportunity for the 2 of you to try. Okay. All right, I think that's everything. That's all I'm kind of feeling inspired to say. I hope that it provided some insight for you. I really, really do. I wish you nothing but the best, and that's it. Thank you so much. Bye.